Greetings, and welcome to the Library of Deep Knowledge. I am Naho the Storyteller, and, for once, I do have a story to tell you. Today, I am joined by Eva.
Hello!
And Momo.
Champion.
And Wild should be here soon. Akane, if she's available, will be joining us when she can. And today we are going to finally continue Tokyo Necro. It's been well over a month since we last streamed this.
It's good to be back.
We have to finish the route that we're on. I don't even remember what else there could possibly be other than solving the undead material issue. I think that's like it. Oh, Akane, hello. Akane is here.
And I'm just like in the background. Yay! My place, I'm almost in! Yippee!
I'm not able to change any of those until you guys actually get in here, so.
Oh, I see.
Hey, I have to swap some things around.
That's fine.
Apparently, every time I get in Discord, my mics always change.
Oh yeah, that just happened to me!
Yeah, that's funny. I just find it funny, like, Eva was about to go, cut! She just stops. Yeah, it's me. Hi.
Hi.
I hope everybody's doing good.
I'm definitely doing alright. Alright, let's, Wild will join when he joins. So, without further ado, I'm just going to type search to get the game started. And we can finally jump back into the crapsack world that is Tokyo in this future. Alright, do all of you remember where we left off? Because I don't.
Not a clue.
No.
The consequences of it being a whole month. Well, we're about to find out.
Ooh.
Welcome in, Wild.
Hello. Wild pops in just in time.
Booga booga.
So who's going to be taking over for Crystal?
Has everybody checked to make sure you know mics are good for the audio, the stream?
Yes, it's coming through fine. I've been
Oh
checking
yeah, no,
that
I
first
checked.
thing.
Okay, great.
I was listening to the stream in the very beginning.
My
so-
microphone audio level thing in my streaming software is bouncing, so it's working.
Great. I just wanted to make sure. And then it depends on what y'all want and on Crystal's parts.
Well, specifically for Ethica. I'm not going to thrust that upon Ava again, because I remember she doesn't like having to do that.
I was so nervous. But yeah, it was a while, like when I was like more starting.
Honestly, I think Akane, you might be the best suited for it.
Yeah, I think so too.
If I can get that back. If I remember, you know. Okay, is this her part?
Yeah. So let's hit the backlog a little bit, just so that we know exactly what was going on. So they're being chased by a wave of undead material and running for their lives.
We had trouble getting me to get her accent a little bit, or at least a little bit of her oomph. Okay, hang on.
You can do this, Sakani.
I'm gonna mute real quick.
Oh yeah, no, take your time. Do your interpretation of Ethica.
ボンクラ野郎が。
Is that really the only voiced line that's here for her?
Looks like it. It washes over the asphalt of the expressway, headed straight for us.
Don't just stand there.
Kazuma rouses the startled new crews into action. They discard their equipment and sprint to their vehicles, running for dear life. Meanwhile, the military police troops hurriedly board their striders. Dozens of vehicles make U-turns at once. Congested is an understatement. If you're using a vehicle that can be operated manually, it's quicker to do it this way than command it to reverse. One of the cars spins out of control and crashes into a wall. It doesn't start back up again. Kitty! I have to literally hold her back from jumping out of a strider to go help the car's passengers. All the while, the smart material continues rushing toward us.
It's my duty to protect civilians.
Well, in that case, it's my duty to protect you. Ayuka, handle the car! I dive out of the car without waiting for a response. I can hear a low rumbling noise from behind as the wall of smart material continues to advance. We've gotta make this quick. Kiri busts the car's window open and reaches her hand out to the women driving. I love you. It's the reporter from earlier. The front of the car is crushed and her leg is trapped, held in place by jagged, twisted metal. I don't think... I'm sorry, the twisted metal cut
I know,
me off.
it got me too.
Sorry. Okay. I don't think legs are supposed to bend that way. No time to hesitate. My ex-brain knows what to do. Kiri, step back!
Huh? What are you?
Sorry, lady. I pull out Rabbit Punch and rev up its engine. Seeing the ultra-hard polycrystalline diamond blade, the reporter curls up in terror.
I've said it before, but I love how every time Ethica pulls out Rabbit Punch, she has to mention the ultra-hard polycrystalline diamond blade.
Yeah.
Every time.
Wait, Wait, no, help me!
This might sting a little. Oh shit. I thought she was gonna cut the debris, not the leg.
No time.
One clean swipe. This baby cuts through a tank if need be. Flesh and blood ain't nothing. Oh, sorry. That one's southern completely. Flesh and bone ain't no thing.
You know what? To save your voice here.
I could do that, but I'm just afraid of my neighbors.
I think your neighbors would run in and call the cops. They're like, this is not normal. Hey. Wait, did I just read that last part? Yeah. Like I said, sorry. It's better than dying. You can just grow a new one. Anyways, we need to book it. Ayuka has the Strider waiting nearby. I grab the reporter's bleeding thigh and push her inside with some help from Kirti. Kirti uses the handrail to make her way back in. I take a more direct approach. As soon as I land, the Strider takes off. I grab onto the edge of the hatch with a single finger as wind whips against me. Just a little more and I'll be through. Wait, I can't lift my leg. Damn it! It caught me! I lose my grip on the hatch. My hand was slippery from the blood.
Ethica!
Kirti leans out of the hatch and catches me by the wrist in the nick of time. She holds onto me tightly, refusing to let go. The smart material doesn't let go. The smart material doesn't let up, though. It strengthens its grip on my leg, pulling my entire body back. The Strider is moving just slightly faster than the dusky red wave pursuing it. If I let go, they'll be able to get away. I can feel Kirti's grip start to loosen. She's an unmodified human. I doubt she can keep this up much longer. If I don't let go now, it will be both our asses. My ex-brain suggestion is nothing if not rational. Kitty, let go.
Hell no.
But...
No buts! The Ethica I know would never give up.
I wouldn't give up if I were still alive, true. But I'm dead, Kitty. I can't believe in miracles anymore. Yeah.
Kazuma?
One of the Striders dropped its speed, moving closer to the encroaching wave. It lets loose with a volley of shots. The wave shrinks back from the force of the impact, and the smart material tendrils loosen its grip on me. And waiting to deliver the finishing blow is... I said like weird. Mitsumi! Mitsumin is it Mitsumin?
Mitsumin.
Am I saying it wrong? Yeah, okay. Mitsumin hops from Strider to Strider as they blaze down the expressway. With one swipe of her vibroblade, she severs the tendrils gripping onto me. I watch as fragments of it rescinds into the distance. Okay. Get inside! Mitsumi crouches atop the Strider's roof as new tendrils spring forth leveling her katana. Kitty forcibly pulls me into the car with her. Well, that was harrowing. Akiyuka puts the... Oh god, this is a lot of reading. It is actually getting to me.
Welcome back to the library, Akane.
Proverbial? Is that it? Proverbial?
Yep, proverbial.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm doing pretty good. Anyway. Ayuka puts the proverbial pedal to the metal, tearing away from the smart material pursuing us.
You should worry about yourself sometimes, Kiriri.
Kazuma's voice emerged from the car's speaker. Whoa, don't go trying to make her feel bad.
I'm saying this for her sake.
You want to start something?
Hush, you two.
Yeah, this chick is just bleeding out.
I know, I feel so bad for her. I don't know why.
Kitty's currently tending to the reporter. She should pull through as long as we can stop the bleeding.
I do want to say thank you, Kazuma.
I don't need your gratitude. I only did what was to be expected of.
The transmission cuts out. The Strider shakes hard. I have to slam my hand against the wall to maintain my balance. What's happening out there? What's happening outside? Motherfucker! When did that thing creep up on our flanks?
I'm sorry to everyone wearing headphones, by the way.
Yeah, anyway. Our Strider nearly evades the black wave lunging at us, but the one following beside us does not. What? Nagisa. Okay. Captain Nagisa! Mitsumi leaps into the sky, landing on Kazuma's Strider with Soshimaru in hand. She cuts away at dusky red tendrils one after another, maintaining her balance atop the juddering vehicle with what can only be described as superhuman adroitness. Superhuman adroitness. But too little, too late. Ah! Mitsumi's battle cry is absorbed into the ever-advancing mass. We have to hurry. The Strider spins up again. Oh, sorry. The Strider speeds up again. This means leaving Kazuma and Mitsumi to their fates, but I can't bring myself to protest against it. We quickly overtake the other vehicles. We pass by a... what is that?
Coelacanth.
Okay. We pass by a coelacanth close enough to make out the expression of terror on its passengers' faces. They desperately try to escape the wave closing in on them, but to no avail. We're unable to do anything but watch as they're swept away in the wave. Cars are consumed one after another. Our Strider continues to accelerate. In the face of this all-consuming, dusty red wave of death, we are utterly powerless.
Jeez, that's rough, buddy. That's all I can really say.
Is it still me?
No.
Okay.
After dropping off the reporter at the hospital, Aso Kiriri makes her way to Snowbound Nirvana. The room is hotter than one would ever imagine the hyper ghetto could be, and the scent of cup noodles fills the air. The cluttered room is by no means an appropriate place for a meeting, but Nago Kasoun is still driving through the highway. Konsu can't leave him unattended. Gathered in the room are Kiriri, Ethica, Tokitaka, and Ayuka. They exchange sporadic glances, no one speaking a word. Konsu's 12 CRT monitors are displaying news feeds from all over the net. Footage of the black wave pursuing cars on the expressway plays on repeat. The stench of death hangs in the air. If Iria were here, she would know exactly how to lighten the mood. Or perhaps Captain Nagisa would take charge, as is her wont. Gijo Mitsumi, too, might offer a unique perspective. But all of them were swallowed up by the dusky red.
What is that thing?
I muted myself. Shit. There's some fluid we haven't identified yet circulating inside it, but it's a type of smart material. It's expanding at a rate of roughly 2.3 times its current area per hour. The media's numbers are accurate.
The airwaves are abuzz with conjecture from experts. If we assume it is harvesting resources to fuel its reproduction, then once it has bled the quarry dry, it will be coming for the hot pipes next. Within 12 hours, it is estimated to consume the Yamanote line. If Tokyo's central geothermal power plant falls, the city's supply of steam will be cut off completely. Citizens have nowhere to run. Anywhere without hot pipes is a frozen wasteland. Tokyo's death is nigh.
Miss Sorry.
Kiriri speaks up. Sitting around won't accomplish anything.
Do you know something about this?
Yes. I might be able to give you some pertinent information. However, I believe there's someone here who's better suited to explain things.
There is?
I need to hear what... Oh, okay.
Oh, good God.
What's wrong?
Konsu opens the front door. Yamanuma Kagekatsu looks around the room with a visible grimace. From behind him appears...
Not bad. Sophia? Ah, Miss Aso. Your assistance during the recent emergency was appreciated. Thank you, but I was only doing my job. But my, this room does reek.
I'll set up a nano refresher at once.
No need. Tolerating a bit of unpleasantness is part of life in Tokyo. I'm sure you'll agree.
I guess. Personally, I'm dead, so I can't smell anything anyway.
Ethica's joke lightens the mood. Not even God himself could intimidate her. Perhaps that sort of mental fortitude runs in the Karasuzumi family. Tokitaka speaks up next.
I've heard you've been living it up. Why are you here?
To save Tokyo. Would you be willing to explain that further? Of course. Why else would I've come here?
Sophia says, narrowing her eyes. Sophia Kawarazaki is the CEO of the Empire Energy Corp, and thus the de facto leader of the energy elite. Until now, she's lived in another world. Her goals and intentions remain unknown to Tokyo's citizens. Sophia advances into the center of the room. All eyes are on her. Even in this cramped, squalid room, Sophia retains a certain dignity about her.
When the ancient Greeks colonized the Mediterranean, they built city-states known as How do you pronounce that word?
Poleis.
They built cities.
So,
Oh, thank you. They built city-states known as Poleis, which laid the foundations for the rest of the European history. With the Earth settling in the Ice Age, we determined that imitating them would be the optimal method of settling mankind back on the path of prosperity. Sorry.
you got this.
What makes this possible is what we called live material, a new kind of smart material using artificial cells and living matter.
Kiriri is familiar with the composition of the Tokyo megafloat. The energy elite treated it almost as if it were a plant of some sort, raising it by hand. Indeed, it seemed fundamentally different from the smart material used to create structures such as the fortress.
Live material is bound together by artificial blood vessels. When seawater is pumped through these blood vessels, it can extract hydrogen from the sodium in the water. This hydrogen is then absorbed into the hydrogen storage alloys circulating through the city's blood vessels. From there, it is transported to a facility where it is used to generate electricity. By supplying this electricity to cities on land, we can solve the energy shortage. The development of live material has set us free from our dependency on geothermal electricity.
Tokyo is reliant on the central hot zone's geothermal energy. If it were truly to become possible to refine hydrogen from seawater, then mankind would no longer be bound to the land, free to once again tread the path of prosperity.
Our aim was to create a city capable of reproducing, a living city, as it were.
So that's what the Tokyo Rebirth Project was.
Sophia nods.
The process of reproduction proved to be the sticking point. An organism cannot adapt to its environment simply by producing exact copies of itself. A degree of diversity is required. Using physical data model, we tried to devise a method of producing a new city. But all of our attempts ended in resounding failure. Natural selection alone cannot bring about evolution. Meaningful reproduction demands a consciousness driving it, an objective. That was our ultimate conclusion. You could throw the individual parts of a clock into the Pacific Ocean, but they won't magically come together on their own.
It all comes together for Kiriri.
That's why you needed Subcon on Iria who can communicate with her. I believe this part would be best explained by her.
Ayuka continues where Sophia left off.
Hot pipes act as blood vessels, nurturing Tokyo's citizens. In turn, they act as on the mesh network, linking the city together. The subconscious exchange of electric signals The firing of synapses. The firing of synapses, if you will, on Tokyo's network exceeded the threshold necessary for consciousness to form, giving birth to substance concept.
You're saying she's Tokyo's consciousness?
It is not a concept easy for an average human to grasp. He's not average. Okay. In order to communicate with Subcon, one must undergo special training and be able to freely interface with the highway. Like Iria can.
And that's why you abducted her?
We came to Hogyo Iria for assistance, to link Subcon, the consciousness born within the brain that is Tokyo, to the Tokyo megafloat. By treating the living city as her body, she would gain the ability to reproduce, to form new cities.
And Juichiro wanted to try to, to keep the, little metaphor going. You know what, I'm not even gonna finish that thought. Screw that guy.
Goodness. We were so close.
Sophia's face contorts. A hint of frustration creeps into her voice.
Unfortunately, Milgram had other plans. He, quite literally, sank the Tokyo Rebirth project.
If only that were all he did.
Kiriri heaves a sigh. Yes, this is where the problem arises.
If a living city can be considered a living being, it stands to reason that it could be killed. And if it can be killed, then it can be made into a living dead. That's the gist of Milgram's Necropolis project. Milgram.
That's a typo.
Should I cut it shorter?
Yeah, why did she say Milgram again?
I mean, maybe he was so
I
important.
like to imagine
he
Milgram
must-
was...
Oh, his project is called the Necropolis Project Milgram. But no.
It's so nice.
He
You gotta
sounded like
say it
somebody that would
twice.
name himself. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
I could see him naming something after himself. That big did. See, Tokitaka agrees.
Absurd! Milgram's goal was to turn the city into a living dead?
So that scavenger fluid you made me retrieve, it was meant to stop the city from being turned into the living dead?
That is correct.
Unfortunately, she failed to deliver it. If it had been cast into the city's core, it likely would have prevented the current situation.
Live material is equipped with the means to create copies of itself. But to prevent it from reproducing endlessly, the artificial cells have a control mechanism in its place. In all likelihood, Milgram's and Lemire's destroyed that mechanism. Is there no way of stopping it? Subcon's consciousness should be still inside the living city. She should be able to control her body to some extent. I'm not sure about that.
Sophia presents a diagram of the mesh network.
Substance concept existed only as the subconscious of the mesh network. By coming into contact with Hogyo Iria. No, Hogyo. Yeah, sorry. By coming into contact with Hogyo Iria, she awakened as a consciousness. And now she's gained a body for herself in the form of a living city, and the living dead material that makes it up. We assumed subconsciousness would remain directly. I'm drinking some water really quick. Give me a second.
Directionless.
Thank you. We assumed subconsciousness would remain directionless if she stayed cut off from the bottom of the sea. Indeed, we set up a mesh jammer network in the area to prevent her from making contact with the outside world. We never anticipated someone might attempt something as primitive as establishing a wired connection using an underwater cable. Amachi Juichiro was quite the crafty one.
Kiriri recalls what Kagekatsu told her. He warned her to remain wary of the Tokyo Bay. Now she understands what he meant.
In a sense, Subcon is like a god. However, she does not have a human conception of good and evil. No one is capable of understanding what guides her actions.
No one except Iria.
Ethica butts into the conversation, unable to restrain herself any longer.
Iria can talk to Subcon. She was absorbed into that thing. But Suon saying she's still alive.
Soon.
Suon, my bad. She was absorbed into that thing, but Suon saying she's still alive. Iria is crushed under the weight of her guilt. She believes everything that happened now is her fault, that the world would be better off without her. I believe that, if anything, her despair is having an influence on Subcon. Ugh.
Ethica slaps a palm to her head. Iria willingly threw herself into the living dead material. And if she has that much influence on Subcon, then that black wave is Iria's despair incarnate.
It's okay. Suon hasn't given up yet.
Ethica's words are directed more at herself than anyone else. The living dead material continues to expand, minute by minute. No ideas are forthcoming. Their opponent cannot be fought against or fled from. But time still marches on. Sophia Kawarazaki returns to Tokyo's central geothermal power station with Yamanuma. When and where the living dead material can be stopped is what will decide how much heat will remain in Tokyo. The hot pipes are the city's lifeline. Kiriri doesn't have much time left either. Chaos has erupted throughout Tokyo. People have begun rioting in the face of encroaching death. Direct action is required, and soon. Even now, faint explosions can be heard coming from Ueno, usually one of the safer districts in Tokyo. Ethica, sitting inside the coelacanth, calls out to Kiriri as she prepares to drive off.
You watch yourself, Kiriri. Kitty. Sorry, I added more I's and R's.
You too, Ethica.
She doesn't tell her not to do anything reckless. They've already lost too much. It's past the point of being able to play it safe. Some risks must be taken. The Coelacanth sets off toward Shinjuku. Ethica is heading back to the office with Tokitaka so that they can get their equipment together and prepare for anything that might happen. Kiriri can't afford to dawdle either. But as she heads to her strider, she pauses to address the woman standing in the entranceway of the building.
Miss Ayuka, what do you intend to do?
I will stay here a while longer.
If that dusky red menace is truly an expression of Iria's despair, then Nagaoka Soun is the only one who can resolve this situation. But he isn't an expert on the highway. Outside assistance is required.
I trust you.
Thank you.
That we'll have to do. Kiriri has things to attend to. And yet, her legs don't seem to budge. She doesn't want to leave, but neither does she know what to say. This could be her last chance to talk with her. Her lips tremble ever so slightly.
Kiriri.
Ayuka's tone changes. Something suddenly surfaces from the depths of Kiriri's memories, a faint image coming into focus.
Mom?
You did the right thing. Hokuyasu's face when he died was full of regrets.
The one thing Kiriri wanted to hear most. Her greatest, lingering regret. And yet, the one thing she wanted to know least.
I'm sorry.
That's Kiri.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's me? I'm sorry.
It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, it's really hard.
That's why I hit the backlog button.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I...
And then I hit it again by mistake. Ayuka clasps Kiriri's shaking hands. Memories of her youth come flooding back. She would never mistake this sensation. The sensation of her mother's touch.
Hokuyasu is gone. I think that's you.
No, that's...
Is it me?
Yeah, that's still Ayuka.
Oh my god, that's so confusing!
I thought it was me.
Well, they should at least change the bubble color or something. Anyway.
I was able to tell easily enough. I just brought it up to show you.
Well,
Oh, I was mistaken.
sorry, we're not as special. Just kidding.
Skill issue, of course. I'm a book.
I'm just kidding.
Me too.
If there's anyone left who can put an end to his regret, it's not me or Ethica. It's you, Kitty. E.
But I can't. I'm no good.
There's no one else Kiriri can show this much vulnerability to. Her face scrunches up, but she holds back the tears.
Because I couldn't protect Ethica. If I had, Hokuyasu and Ethica would have been able to.
Don't bottle your sorrows up inside. Hokuyasu shares his sorrows with me at the very end.
It's like a valve bursts. Kiriri cannot contain herself any longer. Okuyasu's torment, hidden behind that iron mask. He was finally able to let it show, to expose himself to someone. Ayuka gently grips Kiriri's trembling shoulders. She's a machine. Kiriri knows that. Yet her body is so very soft, and smells faintly of lotus flowers. And I'm gonna go grab myself a drink real quick before I continue
idea.
with the solo and shenanigans.
We could just change his name to the way I say it. That way it makes it. I'm just kidding.
Surprise, sadness, helplessness, warmth, strength, exhilaration, difficulty, fright, guilt, desire, vastness, hatred, envy, affection, dread. I swim through the rapid currents of the prismatic sea of data, letting my sense of smell guide me. My sense of smell is a bit more keen than most people's. A red thread binds us together. Not even death can sever it. I pull on it as hard as I can. Little by little, I close the distance with Iria. Slowly but surely, I draw closer. A distortion runs through the highway. The space around me warps. Feels like something is wringing my body out. Something doesn't want me here. My senses are scrambled. My consciousness threatens to break apart. It's trying to erase me. I focus on the red thread tied around my pinky, doing my best to weather the attack. With some effort, I'm able to escape the distortion. But something's wrong with the highway. It's no longer shining with all the colors of the rainbow. Instead, it's taken on a dark red hue. I know this color. Dusky red. I can feel pure malice approach from behind. Several knives pursue me, spinning rapidly. They're not aimed at me, but at the red thread extending from my fingertip. I pull back my hand, narrowly avoiding the blade, but more knives approach. I evade as best I can, trying to defend the thread bound around my finger, but I'm not used to controlling my body in a virtual environment. I cannot let this thread be severed. Here, will rules over all. I just need to imagine, to recall that sensation. 2 re-eliminators appear in my hands, and my X-Brain covers my head. My X-Brain provides suggestions like usual. I strike the knives flying at me with my muzzle spikes, beating them away. I fire my re-eliminators, shooting down the wave of blades rushing at me. The blades are crushed to pieces, not severing a single thread tied to my finger. A single thread? When did this happen? The red thread extending from my pinky has split itself. And not into 2 or 3. There's at least 100 of them. They spread out in all directions, without any discernible pattern. Only one of them connects me to Iria. A cunning trap. I envision the sensation of closing my eyes. The world goes dark. I've become accustomed enough to the highway that I'm able to cut off my senses like this. All I need to hear is my heartbeat and Iria's. Nothing else matters. I block it all out. shortest distance between us. Follow that thread. I open my eyes once more. The fake threads lose their color and crumble away, leaving just one behind. I can hear Iria's heartbeat on the other side, like using a cup and wire. Yes, this is the thread connecting us. I focus my consciousness into my hand, pushing it through the thread wrapped around my finger. Faster than the pulsating lights, faster than the highway's current. My body is drawn to its destination. But a figure catches up alongside me. I know who this is. I became distinctly aware of her when I entered the highway. Substance Concept. The new form of intelligent life born from Tokyo's mesh network. I know intuitively she was the one trying to stop me. I came here to save Iria. I thought you were her friend. Why are you getting in my way? Iria's expression when we parted ways flashes through my mind. Seeing me only causes her pain. That might be true, but even so, it's necessary. I can feel Subcon's confusion. She harbors no ill will toward me. She's only trying to protect Iria. She's unaware of what sadness is, of why we acquired it during the process of evolution. She doesn't understand what it means to overcome it, what it means to have hope for the future. Sorry, but I'm not stopping. I accelerate even further. Subcon ceases her pursuit. The dusky red lights fade away, and the world grows bright. I've returned to the day it all started, to that snowbound ruin. A pair of tire tracks weaves through the acidic snow. They lead me to a familiar car. The red string of fate extends directly into its trunk. I approach it slowly, deliberately, the howling wind drowning out the sound of my footsteps. I gently place my hand on the unlocked trunk. The compressed air car sits alone in the dead, silent ruins, its contours slowly being consumed by the falling snow. The world around me is one of black and white, all colors lost. The trunk slowly opens. I feel like the protagonist of a fantasy novel, unsealing a hidden treasure in the depths of a sacred temple. Huh? The trunk is empty. Where is she? I look back at the red string. It wasn't leading into the trunk, simply passing through it. It extends to the snow beyond. I pull back my hand. Okay, no, that is what it says. I pull my hand back hard, reeling the string in. I pull back again and again, until I eventually find... a girl, running along the snow, leaving footsteps in her wake. A red string is tied snugly around her finger. I chase after her. Sitting in the underground torture chamber, Konsu monitors Soun's condition. The waveform of his brain, made up of multiple overlaid holograms, shines with a dazzling glow. It passes through his X-brain, its light extending far and beyond. Soun dove deep into the highway, knowing full well he might never return to this world. He's too far in for Konsu to go after him, no matter how much synesthesia she takes.
Riza?
I'm gonna click on that.
Huh.
Konsu's name during her time at the Ikebukuro CPC.
Huh?
Try that again.
You okay?
Are you okay? No.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry.
The door swings open unexpectedly. Konsu's body jolts.
Ayuka.
You go by the name Konsu now, yes? Not much has changed except for your name, it seems.
Konsu averts her gaze. If anyone hadn't changed, it's Sori Ayuka. She's an android after all. She looks and sounds exactly the same as she did all those years ago.
Why? Why did you expose my secret?
Did you want me to? Do you wish to be punished for your sins? Would that lighten your burden?
I don't know.
Listen, Konsu, I'm certain of one thing. Only you can forgive yourself, no one else. You know, I was your accomplice, in a way.
In what way?
I was the one who overlooked that hole in the security system.
Why? I thought you were loyal to Amachi Yuichiro.
He didn't order me to do anything about it, and so I did not.
It's coming back to her now. While Ayuka is soft-spoken, she's far from submissive.
Ayuka, don't you regret it?
I don't pretend to be God. If I had pointed out the security hole, or if you hadn't noticed and hacked the modern, Iria might not have been abducted from the fortress. But these are but two factors. One, no one can untangle the web of casualties leading to any given event.
Causality.
Causality?
Causality, yeah.
Oh, I'm never even saying that word. No one can untangle the twisted web of causality to any given event.
Yeah, as the word, like, looks like it is. It's a series of causes. Yeah, as in, like, cause and effect.
Yeah, I get it now. If you start doubting every action you take, then I suppose the only recourse is to stay hold. Ugh. Then I suppose the only recourse is to stay hold
Up.
Why did? Yeah, I was like, why did I couldn't say it? Then I suppose the recourse is to stay holed up into your house. Perhaps you're fine with it, but I will say this. If you stay here, your own life will be in danger. The choice is yours.
Perhaps if it were, she wouldn't have ended up like this. Why does she have to be this way?
Look, someone will...
True, he is very important to Iria. But so are you.
Even if by some chance that's true, there's nothing I can do.
Ayuka grabs Konsu by the hand.
That's not true. What do you think Subcon's body is operating on now? This should be easy for you. You spend so much time researching how brain.
Your voice cut out in the middle of that last sentence.
Yeah, hang on. I had to put on crisp. I've got a lot of noise going on right now. Okay. Let's see here. Which part? You want me to read the whole thing?
Last sentence.
The last sentence? Okay. You've spent so much time researching how necromancy interacts with the brain.
Konsu thinks back to what Sophia said. The Tokyo Megafloat was constructed from a new type of smart material, made from artificial cells and living matter. Live material. The artificial cells are bound together by artificial blood vessels. When seawater is pumped through these blood vessels, the live material can extract hydrogen from the sodium in the water. But the live material multiplying in the quarry right now is not green, but dusky red. What did Sophia call it? Living dead material? Which means the city itself has been subjected to necromancy. It has become a necropolis.
If a living city had necromancy applied to it, its power source would be emotions?
Hatred, sorrow, fear, living dead operate on negative emotions. Originally, substance concept was lacking in emotion.
Ayuka calls forth a hologram. It projects a diagram of Tokyo's mesh network. The information running through it is displayed in different colors according to its tone. Right now, the entire projection is glowing dusky red.
What does this color mean?
I analyzed the information circulating through the network and divided it by color. Tokyo is being faced with death. It's filled with negative emotions, hatred, sorrow, fear. These emotions will feed the living dead material as it continues to grow, until it has consumed all emotion, and Tokyo, no, the world itself falls silent.
So this is what... Oh, wait. You know what? Konsu should read that part.
So this is what Milgram sought to accomplish with his Necropolis project.
Konsu realizes. Even if a necromancer dies, the living dead they created will continue to act indefinitely as long as their own bodies are not destroyed. It stands to reason that the living dead material will continue to act indefinitely as well. That it will consume the entirety of Tokyo, consume the terror of its citizens, spreading like a cancer. Once Tokyo falls, the rest of the world will get word of it one way or another. Hatred, sorrow, fear, negative emotions will spread out across the earth. The living dead material will use Tokyo's resources to continue to multiply, growing further in size. And it will seek out other cities, other hotbeds of emotion, that it might consume them as well. Before long, the earth will become one grand necropolis. Milgram's world is almost at hand.
You can help bring hope to Tokyo, Sanku, God, Konsu. What the heck?
It's been a while,
I can't.
Akane, that's all.
No, it's twisting a little bit. I'm sorry. I'm good.
If terror is the source of the living dead material's energy, the only way to stop it from growing is to give mankind hope. The logic itself is sound, but
Why me? There's no way.
Iria is capable of it.
Ayuka's words grab Konsu by the collar, holding her in place.
You kept You kept creating virtual environments because you wanted to be like her, right?
I can't. Just leave me alone.
Once Ayuka is gone, Konsu slumps down against a wall. Tokyo glows with dusky red terror. Is it really possible to dilute that color with hope and through a virtual environment program? No, of course not. Only Iria could manage that. She was the one who studied under Ayuka, who created so many beautifully compelling virtual environments imbued with artistry and talent. Konsu is capable of nothing more than imitating her. What has she created? Nothing but games, mere toys. Her creations could never give someone hope. She is exhausted, physically and mentally. The prismatic light she spent countless sleepless nights creating glimmers before her. Connecting a living dead's consciousness to the highway via the X-brain to stimulate their emotions. Just achieving that much was a small miracle. Her body and mind are shot. What more can anyone expect out of her? She's at her limit. She can't take any more. It was her friend that noticed that something was off about the experimentation ward on the 6th floor. There was an odd gap in the floor's room. There was an odd gap in the floor's room plan. Her friend was able to detect it thanks to enhanced senses brought about by repeated experimentation. And thus she had hidden the fact that her powers had already awakened from everyone around her. But now it was time to play that trump card. The children living in the facility were to be asleep by 9 p.m. Each room's inhabitants had their vital signs strictly monitored, but she'd long since created a back door in that program. Ostensibly, the facility provided a special development program. A more accurate way of describing it would be as human experimentation on war orphans. For better or worse, their experiments were a success, granting her superhuman hacking skills. Slipping past the security system's watchful gaze was child's play. With her friend by her side, she set out to investigate the hidden room. Normally, the cries of terrified children rang out incessantly within the experimentation ward. However, now it was pitch black and silent, somehow even more ominous. Everyone should have been asleep, so why did their cries echo through her mind? She gripped her friend's hand, and her friend gripped hers in return. Her friend was her source of support. Just holding her hand made her forget her fears. If it weren't for her friend, she probably would have lost her mind long ago, just like all of the other children taken to the experimentation ward. Responding to her connery, the hidden door opened, bringing light to the dark corridor. Waiting on the other side was a woman. A faint floral aroma hung in the air.
Good evening. My name is Sori Ayuka. What are your names?
She answered with the name she went by at the time.
I'm Iria.
Her friend followed after her.
I'm Hogyo Iria.
Why you did come here?
That's a typo.
Why did you come here? Who would that
Please.
be? Okay.
Please take us.
Take us out of here.
No future awaited them here. She knew that all too well. That's why she staked it all on this expedition, why she played her trump card, so that they might break out of these walls, that they might spread their wings and escape this place, that they might have hope for the future.
I remember now.
It all started with hope. The wish to escape the facility was what spurred the two of them to action. When the Ikebukuro Child Protection Center shut down, Konsu and Iria were separated. The other children were transferred to another Empire Energy Corp facility in order to prevent them from speaking out about what was done to them. As far as Konsu knows, they remain confined there to this day. Konsu managed to escape, making her way to the Hyper Ghetto. There, she took on a new identity and began a new life. That was why she hid herself away in Snowbound Nirvana to begin with.
I escaped to find a future, but ended up shutting myself away. I am so stupid.
Konsu rises to her feet. Ayuka is waiting for her at the top.
Ayuka,
Yes.
please. Teach me how to make a virtual environment program.
Ayuka takes her hand and smiles.
I'd love to.
This is exactly how she reacted when she asked her to take them out of the facility.
However, we're a bit short on time. I'll help you with it.
Thank you.
Ayaka was Iria's mentor. Iria made midnight shores with her assistants. With Ayaka helping out, she just might be able to pull this off. No more moping around. Time for action. But it seems there's a new problem to contend with.
Ayuka?
Yes, I know.
Ayaka's expression visibly clouds over.
Information on the mesh network is being regulated. Me?
Yep.
I'm a dead woman. No sense in bothering to pack my stuff. I doubt I'll get much use of it. I'll take this opportunity to tie up any loose ends. I look at the fish bathed in red light. Their tank is the entirety of their world. They can never escape it. Their lives are my responsibility. Guess I'll drain the water. You guys? They flock to the water surface thinking I'm about to feed them. The fate of Tokyo doesn't concern them. All they care about is eating, playing, and having fun. That's why I kept them. Just watching them swim around without a care in the world brought a smile to my face. Ugh. Damn it. When did I get so complacent? We don't know for sure that the living dead material is going to consume all of Tokyo. I have to keep struggling down to the very last moment. That's why Kibanohara Ethica is all about. Some things don't change whether you're alive or dead. Tokitaka, you done packing?
This is bad.
Tokitaka gazes at the monitor. His trusty Ogasawara was
Ogasawara. You were getting it.
his trusty Ogasawara TFD-20 in his hand. Displayed on the monitor is live footage from Shinagawa. The living dead material has started heading inland from the Bay Area. It expands, consuming everything in its path. Roads, buildings, hot pipes, people. I watch as familiar locals... Is that right? Locales? I watch as familiar locales sink into the Black Sea. Soon not even screams can be heard. The military police have mobilized their gray chameleons in full force to fend it off, but their attacks seem to be worse than ineffective. It's actually absorbing the munitions.
Yep.
Okay. It actually absorbing the munitions fired at it. Can't do shit against this thing. Even the hot pipes. The living dead material starts expanding its tendrils to the hot pipe running along the old Yamanote line. A gunship swoops in and fires its 20... Okay. I think you skipped one.
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay. A gunship swoops in and fires its 20,
Millimeter.
what's the MM stand for again? Millimeter? Yeah, I'm sorry. The gunship swoops in and fires its 20 millimeter electric discharge Gatling gun at the mass. Even the military police are no longer concerned with damaging the hot pipes if it means stopping this thing. 4,500 rounds per minute bore into the dusty red wave, only to be swept up.
What the hell is that?
Swallowed.
Sorry,
Only to be
is
swallowed
my mic
up.
picking that up?
That noise or the music?
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
Give me a second, guys.
no, I just hear the game music. I'm sorry.
What is
I
that?
wasn't clear.
Are y'all doing well?
Yeah.
I am.
For the most part.
Hell yeah.
Question of the day: what's your guys' favorite fruits?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Banana?
Kiwi and
No.
pineapple.
Blueberry.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh. Oh yeah, the guy who sounds smart says blueberries.
What? Come
Those
on.
blueberries are good for the brain. It makes sense. He's smart.
Oh,
Did you know
I'm super
blueberries
dumb
aren't
though.
berries?
They are?
Hmm?
Did you know bananas are berries?
You're blowing my mind with this.
Look it up!
I don't know what my favorite fruit is because it changes. I guess
is it
depending
right
on how I'm
now?
feeling. Mango.
Ooh.
Mangoes are so good!
Yeah, mangoes. They had a huge box that had like, I don't know, 12 in it for like $6.99, and I was like, oh my god, and jumped on it.
Yeah, I just had a box not too long ago. I love mangoes as a tropical fruit, and then I like apples as a domestic fruit. Or peaches.
Ooh, peaches. Yes, I like peaches too. It used to be plums, but sometimes they can be sour.
Too tart sometimes.
Yeah, I was like, there's like gives, like strawberries are delicious, but I like sometimes the seeds and the tartness gets to me sometimes. Blueberries is always good, so I agree with Wild on that one. Blueberries are good.
Yeah, blueberries are delicious.
Hell yeah.
Are we talking about berries?
Yeah,
We're talking about favorite fruit.
Yeah, talk
Banana.
about favorite fruit. Banana! That's a berry.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say like, oh, speaking of berries, banana. So it was some kind of motorcycle like parade rally thing that just happened out in front of my house.
Oh,
We're
it
good
wasn't
now.
too bad, like, because I
No,
mostly
no, it
hear the
wasn't
music
bad
from
at
the
all.
game.
Yeah.
Well, we're good now anyway. So
Only to be swallowed up. Almost forgot what voice to use. Right. Tendrils burst forth from the water, coiling around the gunship's rotors. The gunship can't maintain its altitude, spiraling toward the old Yamato Line's elevated
Yamanote.
bridge. Yamanote. Okay, spiraling toward the old Yamanote Line's elevated bridge. An explosion reverberates through the city, stoking the flames of terror ever higher. A hole is torn in the main hot pipe, thick steam billowing out in plumes. The gunship is no longer visible. Steam fills the screen, and the feed cuts out. Looking pretty damn bleak. Hope they can find some way of stopping that thing. Tokitaka. Tokitaka silently hangs his head. He must have been pretty affected by what he just saw. Right. That's the kind of reaction someone's supposed to have seeing that sort of thing. I smack myself on the head. Looks like my emotions are still fading away, even with my X-brain active. A commotion stirs up outside. The broadcast just now was more than enough to get the point across to everyone in the city. If they don't run, well, they're in mortal danger. And running they are.
Should we run too?
Run where?
Maybe Kusatsu?
We're in the middle of an ice age. It's not exactly realistic. Hot pipes.
Your voice cut out again.
Yeah, cut out a little bit.
Oh. We're in the middle of an ice age. Not exactly realistic to live somewhere without hot pipes. Slim pickings for places outside of Tokyo. Only the
Provincial.
Thank you. Only the provincial cities are really an option. Well, I guess they might accept us, since we're living dead stalkers. But most people won't be that lucky. There are a few communities here and there that make use of geothermal energy, but they're nowhere near Tokyo's size. Their capacity to accommodate people is limited. And it's not exactly easy to get to them in the first place. Ain't no way we're de-icing any of those roads. Gunships are limited in number, and while they are cold-resistant vehicle capable of driving through the wastelands, there's still nowhere near enough of them to evacuate everyone in Tokyo.
I know that.
Hang on. I swear my parents are making a point to... Wait. Besides, there's no guarantee this thing will get its fill in Tokyo.
I am aware, Ethica. But lives are at stake here. No chance is too small. That's what your sister would say.
Kitty. Her name alone is enough to make my dead heart stir. She's dedicated to protecting others. She'd never just abandon someone and run. That's what makes Kitty Kitty. Damn it. You already have me. I'll die as many times as you want. Just keep Kitty safe.
Who the hell?
Tokitaka uses his kunri to check the front door. There's no one there.
Is someone messing with us?
Give me a sec. Give me a sec. My ex-brain brings up a suggestion. I call up the security footage. Sorry, I call up the security camera footage Tokitaka was about to delete. I change the camera's angle and zoom in. Right in front of the entrance, lying helpless on the ground, is a single drone beetle.
Vendors call out to potential customers from all around. Steam wafts into the air, carrying with it the thick aroma of meat buns. Holographic neon lights flicker. The pungent smell of alcohol exudes from a roast giblet tavern. An accurate representation of Amehoko's streets. Iria runs as fast as she can, bumping into passerby and running through the aisles of shops. She can't let him catch her. As she runs, she catches a whiff of roasted chestnuts. She can still remember perfectly how they tasted on that day. Iria! Soun emerges in front of her, shouting her name. Her heart wavers. In this world, one's will is power. She can't let him get the better of her. Iria turns and runs back the way she came. Soun's the faster runner, and he has a much better understanding of Amehoko than she does. It's only a matter of time until he catches her. Unless she can take the advantage. Iria takes cover inside 7. Maybe the mobile suits in there will give her the cover she needs. She crouches down and hides beside a figure shelf, taking care not to disturb any of the items on display. Her memory of this place is much more vivid than Soun's. That will let her manipulate the environment to her advantage. At the same time, that means it's all the more painful. She can clearly recall every word they exchanged in this store, every last detail of their visit. Iria, where are you? Soun's voice very nearly makes her bolt from her hiding place. Besides, your body and physical prowess here are based on your experiences in the real world. Unless she has some major opening to take advantage of, Soun, proficient as he is in CQAMA, will have no trouble catching her. Soun approaches, checking the cosplay shelves as he walks past. His eyes are sharp, alert. Her chances of slipping by him unnoticed are slim. He comes one step closer, then another. Iria?
What do I do? Do I run? Or do I?
Wild, I believe you had this guy.
Was that me? God, what voice did I do for this guy? Are you looking for that young lady?
A voice calls out from the back of the store.
She went that way.
The subculture artisan points in the direction opposite of Iria, to the deepest corner of the store. Soun turns his head that way. Thank you, sir. Iria makes her escape as Soun is distracted. The Shibuya Scramble crossing. Iria stoops low, hiding amid a group of pedestrians waiting for the signal to change. Iria! Where are you? Soun's voice booms out from right behind her. Iria dashes out into the crosswalk, lights still red. Most of the cars stop a good distance away, but an illegal vehicle comes very close to hitting her. Iria pulls herself away from it and sprints to the other side of the crosswalk. Soun rushes after her. He jumps over the cars in his way, pursuing with superhuman speed. Iria reflexively multi-flicks. She uses her konri to hack the traffic lights, turning them to green. Pedestrians rush into the crossing. "Excuse me! Please get out of the way!" Soun is pushed back by the wave of pedestrians. This should have bought her some time, but now Soun has equipped his X-Brain. He resumes his pursuit, abiding by its suggestions to find the shortest, fastest route possible. Dream of the Red Chamber catches Iria's eye. She's about to dive into it, but turns around at the last second. She has too many fond memories of that place. The longer she continues running from Soun, the longer she will have to confront her memories. Her memories of the days she spent with him. Asakusa's Cyber Kaminari Mall. The road is packed with tourists, but she pays them no heed. "Please, just listen to what I have to say!" Iria ignores Soun and performs another multi-flick gesture. Several pipe runners drop to the ground, destroying a hot pipe in the process. Hot steam fills the area. It's too thick to see through. Tourists begin to panic. Yet Soun remains unfazed. He plows forward through the hot steam, headed directly for Iria. Guided by the red string. As long as this connects the two of them, he will make his way to her eventually. If she truly wants to escape, she has to sever the thread. But she can't do that. No matter what, she can't do that. Well, time for me to grab a chip. I follow the red string. Iria runs, yelling at me to stop following her. Ethica always calls me bungling. I don't disagree. I often have a hard time discerning women's feelings. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing here. Maybe she hates me now. I hate that it had to come to this. But I have to chase after her all the same. I passed through the shopping mall and approached the Fountain Plaza. This is where Milgram defeated me. Where I died. The blood stain is still on the floor. If I hadn't died, would she have never made that face? Would things have turned out differently? I wish I could know. Our chase ends on the rooftop of the Ikebukuro CPC, the place so reminiscent of midnight shores. Iria stands silently amid the falling snow. Her gaze is fixed on the red string tied around her finger. She seems to have no strength left in her to keep running. I finally caught up to you.
Why? So, you shouldn't be here. Coming this deep. You won't.
Right. I had Konsu link my X-Brain directly into the highway. I doubt I can return.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because I wanted to see you. So that's what it was. I really am a fool. It took me this long to realize. I came here for one simple reason. To see Iria again. Nothing less, nothing more.
So, why are you smiling? I mean, if I hadn't met you, you wouldn't.
I'm dead.
Uh,
Iria tenses up. But I don't regret having died. If anything, it feels like dying taught me just how precious being alive really is. I only did what I thought was best, what I thought was optimal. And my choices led me here. I'm here of my own volition. I'm happy I met you.
So, me too. I'm glad I met you.
I'd finally caught her. I embrace her firmly in my arms. This is no illusion, no trick. Iria is here with me. And she makes me happy. She makes me so happy. We sit down on a bench together. Iria's fingers are entwined with mine, our bodies close. The man-made beach spreads out before us. I wish I could take you there, to the real midnight to the real midnight shores. But it's at the bottom of the sea now.
Hey, Suon.
So-un.
Hey, so let's go see it.
We can do that?
Yeah, we can go to the real Midnight Shores.
Wouldn't it just be a virtual environment? Anachronistic.
Well, thank you.
Don't be so anachronistic, Soun. Surely you're not still caught up in the notion that the real world is superior or whatever. There's no real or fake in here. There's only electrical signals and the pure emotions they produce. Whatever happens in a virtual environment is what's real.
Really? This might be too advanced for me.
Oh, geez. Fine then. I'll make you experience how real it is. And show you how much fun you've been missing out on.
Iria pulls on my hand, leading me after her. That smile of hers erases any temptation I might have had to resist.
Everyone, please evacuate.
Kiriri stands at the center of the Dream of the Red Chamber's dance floor, desperately calling out to its patrons. Her pleas fall on deaf ears. Everyone on the dance floor is tripping on electric signal drugs, oblivious to the world. They continue whipping their bodies violently to and fro. It's doubtful any of them even realize something is amiss outside. The Tetra Dragon's heads, the rulers of Chinatown, have already escaped north. The mesh network isn't functioning properly, but based on Kiriri's strategy support software's estimates, the first wave of living dead material should arrive within 5 minutes. There isn't much time left. Kiriri hurries into the DJ booth and fires her gun at the turntable. The music comes to an abrupt halt, pulling the tripping club-goers out of their reveries. They mill about the dance floor, still half delirious.
This is a raid by the military police.
Screams rise from the dance floor. Anyone here likely has more than a thing or two they'd like to keep hidden from the authorities. The patrons remove their electric signal drugs and rush to the exit in a state of panic. Some people are injured in the havoc, but it's better than staying oblivious to the city's crisis and being consumed by the living dead material. The people in the arcade already seem to have evacuated too.
Oh no.
There's an electric signal drug den on the other side of the dance hall, a room where heavy users who have destroyed their bodies are taken care of. They won't be able to escape on their own. Kiriri uses her all-purpose simple strategy support software to call a public taxi and heads to the back of the club. Shibuya's scramble crossing is filled with people running for their lives. Brawls are beginning to break out over public taxis. Had Kiriri not been in her military police uniform, she wouldn't have been able to so much as pick up a taxi, let alone evacuate others.
This is the last one.
Thankfully, there were only 3 people left in the electric signal drug den. Kiriri carried their emaciated bodies to the public taxi waiting outside by herself. She isn't sure how far they'll be able to make it, but for now they have to go north. The support software tells her there's only 30 minutes left before the black wave consumes the entirety of Shibuya. Time is of the essence. Steam spouts out of the old Yamanote Line's elevated bridge. A dusky red wave of living dead material spills forth from the direction of Aoyama, rupturing a hot pipe in the process. Hey, Factor, welcome! Yes, of course I'm alive, Factor. We've been streaming the past few weeks. Just not visual novels.
Which was also fun.
Where's the high ground?
Kiriri tries to run up Dogenzaka, but she's still out of breath from carrying people to the taxi. Her body won't let her proceed. She feels a moist tendril wrap itself around her ankle.
Let go!
Kiriri's voice is drowned out by screams of terror and agony. She lifts her leg, only for her arms to be caught. She shakes off its grip on her arm, only for it to grab her by the thighs and send her tumbling to the ground.
No!
Be gone, bot!
Yes. Be gone, bot!
Her body is absorbed into the dusky red mass. But the feeling that rises up in her isn't disgust, anguish, or even fear at the prospect of death. It's emptiness. She can't feel anything. No warmth, no pulse. It's like her senses have been completely absorbed into the thing. Her body is sinking into a quagmire of emptiness. As if she's sinking into death itself. She tries to fight her way out, but the void saps her willpower. Soon she can see nothing, hear nothing. There's no escape. But even so, Kiriri reaches out, extending her hand. She kicks, screams, and struggles, her mind focused on the person she loves most.
Ethica would never give up.
Connie?
Yeah, sorry. Schoolwork. Anyway, we board the Strider loaded with as many weapons as will fit. Okay, we board the Strider loading it with as many weapons as will fit, and drive through the city. The mesh network isn't functioning properly. The traffic bureaus just straighten up and given up. Just straight up give up. Not that it matters. Too much shit's happening at once. Not enough processing power to keep up with it at all. Every road in the city is a fucking mess right now, I'm sure. Thank God we have a Strider. Definitely wouldn't be able to make it very far otherwise. Is that her?
That's
No.
Tokitaka.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
whoops.
We narrowly avoid some fleeing people and hop over the hoods of public taxis stuck in traffic. Sometimes we cruise on just one leg as we make our way to our objective. Snowbound Nirvana in the hyper ghetto. You called, Sue? I called out into the store's interior. I think I'm lagging.
I think so too.
Like always, Sue is tapping furiously. No. This is several times more furiously. And like always, she's drooling all over the place. Jeez. Don't get on it. Don't get it on the keyboard. But one thing is certainly out of the ordinary here, and that's the fact that Sori Ayuka is sitting next to her.
Factor, is it about the tiny girl drooling all over her keyboard? Because don't worry about it.
While she's clearly doing something, she's not moving her fingers like Sue, just staring straight ahead. She's probably inputting code directly. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Did it go through? Okay. But it was lagging in. I was like,
No,
it's
no,
not
no.
moving.
It's that, apparently stream, like, restarted itself or something.
We have 1 minute. We have 1 minute. Starting streaming.
Oh man. Do I need to continue or wait?
No, we're good.
Oh no,
We're good.
it's good. I'm watching it.
Okay, good. Sorry, I can't be watching. I'm sorry. Okay. She speaks to me, head-facing way.
The later we get, the more typos there are. That should be head-facing away.
Yeah. I'm sorry. She seems to be in a deep concentration. We called you here because... Yeah, I'll just ask her. I wave to Ayuka and walk over to Sue. Hey there, you little masochistic
Sow.
Huh?
Sow, female
Oh.
pig.
No, anyway. Hey there, you little masochistic sow. I whisper. Oh, hang on. Hey there, you little masochistic sow. I whispered directly into her ear. Whoa there. Don't stop your hands, you hear me? Are you here? Oh, I made it worse. She loves this shit. Don't worry. How long are you gonna keep me waiting, bitch? I hold the drone beetle up in front of her face. This thing is a cybernetic bug. They were popular for a while, being micro-robots came into common use. Basically, you just implant a chip into an insect's head and control it using that. Sue took this ancient tech and refined it to perfection. With the mesh network on the fritz, sending one of these guys over was the quickest method she had to getting in touch with us. This is an order from your mistress. Finish this pronto.
Yes.
Sue starts typing even faster. She's really fucking going at it. The insides of her fingertips are probably a mess. But this is an emergency situation. She'll live. The reason she called us here isn't clear, but based on how she's acting, I get the idea that she's found some sort of hope to cling to. We watch with bated breath as we wait for Sue to complete her program. Is it done?
I'll keep going while we're on the way.
Sue picks up a nearby laptop and walks toward the door. It looks like an old, busted-up piece of junk, but she's probably stripped it out and filled it with the latest parts. So, where are we headed?
The Tokyo Tower.
Ooh, lass. Perfect day for a date, isn't it? Or ain't it? Sue's underground torture chamber is built like a shelter. If the living dead material does probably attack for a while. So-un is still in the highway.
Hey, thanks for the sub factor.
Ooh, yay! So-un is still in the highway. The rainbow-colored holograms around him seems to be moving a bit faster than earlier. Leaving him here doesn't sit well with me, but we can't afford to spare anyone to look after him. What kind of dream is he having? A pleasant one? A sad one? Whatever it is, it's probably filled with more emotions than I can imagine. This is the last thing I'll ever see him. Oh, this is the last time I'll ever see him, but nothing stirs in my heart. I always thought I'd feel something more when the time came. I guess I really am in bad shape. One last job, bud. Don't worry, we'll pull out all the stops on our end, too. Tokitaka, we're heading out. The Strider is waiting. Sorry, Ayuka trails behind us, expressionless, still staring into space. Meanwhile, Sue can't quite bring herself to leave the house, even as the clock ticks down. You all right, Sue?
I am fine. I'll do it on my own.
Sue takes a single step forward, still holding onto her laptop. And then sinks to the floor. Sue!
Ethica?
I grab her hand. I can feel it trembling.
I forgot about the panda camo.
So cute.
It's adorable.
Don't worry, I'm here with you.
Thanks.
Sue gets to her feet.
I am fine now.
Looks like she's faring better than I expected. Guess taking her out on a date paid off. The city street has only grown more chaotic. People are fleeing in the opposite direction. By any means necessary. We're literally the only ones heading south. Hey, hold up! As Tokitaka drives toward Tokyo Tower, he ignores my protests and takes the junction from the Edo Bridge to the Shito Expressway. You sure this is a good idea?
This is the fastest way there.
I get that, but it doesn't leave us with much room to maneuver.
Terrestrial signals are still going. I've calculated exactly how far the living dead material's got it from the footage they're broadcasting.
I sure hope you have. I've got my doubts about this, but we can't turn back now. I leave the drive into Tokitaka and turn to talk to Sue and Sori Ayuka, who are accompanying the back seat. So, where are we gonna do in Tokyo Tower at this hour?
Try that again?
So, what are we gonna do in Tokyo Tower at this hour? We will plant a seed of hope. Ayuka answers me, her eyes still blank as she continues working on the program. Mind explaining? The living dead material is being fueled by the fear and despair propagating over the mesh network. Subcon herself may even have deemed humans unnecessary if they're going to produce negative emotions. That moment flashes in my mind again. Me failing to grab Iria's hands as she dove into the living dead material. That wasn't the Iria I knew. It was as if she had succumbed completely to despair. We need Tokyo's people to regain hope. We're making a special virtual environment program to assist with that. A virtual entertainment program? I'm sorry, entertainment. A virtual environment program?
Virtual entertainment programs are Konzu's normal thing.
Yeah. But I just fucking said it, you know? Just... Tokyo's in a state of chaos right now. I have a hard time believing any program could dispel the very real terror its fleeing citizens are feeling right now. Still, we know what Midnight Shores is capable of. That might just be able to do the trick. Sue is tapping away on the laptop keyboard, not so much as looking up from the screen. She's a skilled hacker in her own right, and to top things off, she has her mentor, Sori Ayuka, to help her. They very well could produce a virtual environment capable of matching Iridia's. But even if we finish it, we don't have a way of distributing the program. Subcon has re-established her connection to the mesh network. She would shut down any attempts at hacking. I believe it. Even the way she slipped past every security system in the city to perform those concert of hers felt more like magic than anything. Is there even anything we can do against someone capable of pulling off that kind of stuff? No, there has to be. That's why we're heading to Tokyo Tower, right? What's going on over there? My ex-brain brings up a suggestion. The Shuto Expressway is rising up, joining with an overhead bridge. And as our field of vision opens up, an enormous mass of white living dead material surges forth to block our path. Hey, Tokitaka, I thought you had this all calculated. How are we getting past this?
Shut up! Do you think that I didn't account for this in my calculations?
Tokitaka spins the steering wheel. Strider tears through the guardrail and hops across the expressway divider, landing in the opposite lane, which is fortunately devoid of cars. Sorry, which is fortunately did I say it right?
Yeah, you got it right enough.
I like how you're just dealing with me right now. He's like, this is one of those days. It's okay. Huh? What are you?
Hang on tight.
Before I could get so much as a word in, Tokitaka lowers the Strider bearings. It's like a little frog. The Strider hops not just over the expressway's divider, but over its sidewall, essentially going into a free fall. A sense of weightlessness envelops the vehicle. We fall through the air in slow motion. We bust through the branches of the nearby park trees, falling to the ground beneath them. The adjustable legs curve some of the landing's impact, but failed to completely suppress it. The Strider shakes violently. It makes me bash my face against the wall. I hardly feel any pain, but I still yelp out of reflex. Is everyone all right? More or less. Ayuka has one foot pressing against the ceiling to steady herself. She has her arms around Sue and laptop holding them in place. Sue's fingers continue moving faster than the eye can see. Looks like her concentration hasn't broken by all that. Atta girl, Sue. You keep at it.
Buckle your seatbelt because it's gonna be a rough ride from here on out.
The living dead material creeps upon us from our left-hand side. Are you sure we're gonna make it?
We'll get there in 3 minutes and 14 seconds. Margin of error 3 seconds guaranteed.
Wanna bet on it?
Don't be stupid. Numbers are truth. There's no point in betting on what you know to be true.
Numbers are true, as it turns out. We reached Tokyo Town exactly 3 minutes and 14 seconds later. We disembark the Strider at the foot of the frozen monolith.
Monolith, yeah.
Monolith?
Monolith.
Monolith, yeah. At the foot of the frozen monolith. So, what's next? Sue finally looks up from the screen.
We need to activate the emergency power.
That's a thing.
But the current broadcast tower was destroyed during the... How do you pronounce that again?
Sino-American War.
Sino. During the Sino-American War, the city government performed maintenance on it.
The Tokyo Tower has been out of commission since the start of the 22nd century. I've only ever known it as a frozen hunk of junk, abandoned to the elements. Little more than historical monument, if that. But she's telling me it's exactly okay, but she's telling me it's actually functional? Are you sure?
Ayuka said so. So, it's true.
Sue reaches for the fuse box near the entrance, but it's frozen and won't open. Well then.
Ethica, maybe you can...
Oh, I get it. Yeah, okay, my turn to step up to the plate. Or rather, Rabbit Punch's turn. If I were still alive, I would have busted this baby out without having to ask. Or happen to be asked.
Be careful.
Don't you worry. I force myself to muster up some enthusiasm. The engine's roar echoes across the snowy field as I swing the blade down.
That sure was a meaty thunk at the end.
Yep. The force of the swing makes the blade slip, bouncing off the ice. And stabbed into my foot. Ah! My
B.
Oh, okay. She just literally says bad. I thought it was just a cut. Okay. My bay. My B. Good thing I'm a living dead, huh? Let's try this again. This time I carefully apply the chainsaw's blade to the ice. There we go. It digs into the target, gradually chipping away at the frozen lid. Particles of ice billow into the air as Rabbit Punch works its way through.
Hey, hurry up. We've only got a minute left.
At the edge of my vision, I catch sight of the living dead materia as it climbs up the slope. This ain't good. Need to speed this up somehow. Do I go for overheat mode then? Kinda feels like it's too soon. I can only use it once, and if I need it later... damn it, fine. Let's fucking do this. I activate overheat mode before my X-Brain can screech another suggestion at me. Rabbit Punch engine howls as the rotating ultra-hard polycrystalline diamond blade bites into the frozen fuse box. I was waiting for it.
I had my bottle right next to me ready to take a sip.
Yes, baby! That's what I'm talking about. I'm alive. fucking damn it.
30 more seconds.
I know, fuck off! I carve away at the ice clinging to the fuse box lid. The ultra-hard ultra-hard polycrystalline diamond blade is going through it visibly faster than before. But it'll still take some time to cut through it all. The engine begins to emit a foul odor. Come on, you can do better than that. I thrust the blade forward, putting my whole strength into it, behind it. But the engine's speed drops rapidly. How is she doing this? Yeah. Thank you. I give the blade one swift kick. Ice spews everywhere and the lid bends in on itself, creating a gap just big enough to reach the switchboard's connectors through. Sue! Sue's already on the case. In one swift motion, she inserts a cable into the box. I've never seen connectors of this standard. If it was anyone but this little retro nerd, even just plugging something in would take some trial or error. She bangs away on the keyboard, paying no heed to the numbing cold. Rows of text and numbers streak across the laptop screen. No normal human can keep up with all this. Yuka moves in to assist, releasing wires directly from her fingertips. Being an android comes in handy, huh? Strings of code pour across this laptop's screen with ever greater speed and intensity.
15 seconds.
The dusky red blob has already creeped up on us. It's inching in on the Strider right now. Rabbit Punch is well and truly busted now. Guess I'd better follow an experienced suggestion and procure some weapons before it's too late. I dive into the car and, as instructed, grab the AK-50 and the AA-24 Custom. By the time I come out of the hatch, the Strider's legs has already been caught in the living dead material. I jump off the edge, just barely making it to the safe ground.
10.
Tokitaka walks backward toward the tower as the living dead material creeps forth. Sue! We're not gonna make it! There's no way 10 seconds is enough time for her to finish. I grab Sue by the shoulders right now. We just need to get out of here. But she won't budge. Sue stays rooted in place, as if she's sunken her teeth into the monitor. She hasn't given up. So why should I?
Ethica!
I'm staying here. Tokitaka rushes up the stairs, but I stay put, hands on my hips. Heading for high ground with only delay the inevitable. So I'll stay here and help Sue. Come at me! I don't actually expect it to understand what I'm saying, but what matters is the feeling behind it. But feelings aren't enough. How are you supposed to deal with this thing? It's like trying to fight mud. It covers my chest, my neck, and eventually my face. Everything vanishes into the dusky red. Time to die again, huh? I gave it my all, but it wasn't good enough. In my last moments, I think of...
Here it comes!
Sue howls, and the next moment, what sounds like mosquito buzz reaching my ears. High-frequency waves are emitted from the tower, making the black mass shudder. Every now and then, the sound fades out momentarily. Maybe it's simply exceeding the human hearing range? A dagger of pure sound penetrates my ears. Huh? It's bright. I scan the area. The living dead material has receded quite a distance from the tower. Its surface
Undulates.
Its surface undulates rapidly. It almost looks as if it's straining itself against an invisible barrier. Mind explaining? Look at smirk.
I'm using the speakers to emit a sound that repels it.
Ain't never seen it bug that big. I get the logic behind it, though. When we escape from the fortress, we use an optical signal to freeze it in place. Sue did the same thing, except with sound. Thank God, Tokyo's tower speakers are still functional. I'm afraid this won't stop it for long.
We need to get to the top.
Hey, Sue. Why don't you go on ahead?
Without you?
Yeah. I can feel the damn thing glaring at us from behind the wall of sound. A figure emerges from the
Gelatinous.
Gelatinous? Okay. A figure emerges from the gelatinous mass.
Gelatinous.
Stepping through.
With a J.
Okay. A figure emerges from the gelatinous mass, stepping through the barrier. Is that a security robot? My X-brain got me covered. While the internal composition is different, it's indeed modeled after a security robot. Basically, the living dead material detached parts of itself and is sending it in to destroy the speakers. It's blocking interference from the supersonic wave by disabling the smart material's conductive properties and hardening the skin of an imitation security robot. And of course, there's more than one enemy. 2, 3, countless more security robots step through the supersonic barrier. Not a fan of this new dusky red model, let me tell you. Gross as hell. Bad move. Should have stayed all goopy. Now I can break you into tiny little pieces.
Ethica?
Not like I can help with the tech stuff. I'll hold them off down here. I turn to face Sue and give her a big old smile. Probably the last time I'm ever gonna see her. It's all in your hands now. Hook us up with some hope.
I will.
Sue nods forcefully. I know this ain't easy for you, atta girl. You know how hard it is for me reading this and southern accent coming out because she says ain't and atta girl, and it's just been like, don't go southern.
I mean, you can. I never said that you shouldn't.
I mean, we didn't start with her being southern.
You're not
Yes.
Crystal. You don't have to read it like Crystal.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's like it got
Georgia.
worse though with the ain't and the atta. You're like, I'm like, you sure she's not supposed to be southern?
I never said she's not supposed to be Southern.
Well, I'll keep. You know what?
So,
And in my mind, you did. So that's how we started her with Crystal.
Again, Crystal is Crystal. You are you. Putting your own spin
Nah.
on the character is fine.
Okay, if it slips, I won't redo it.
All right.
Yeah. I'd nod back. I'll be waiting for you down here.
okay.
Sue and Ayuka run off. The elevators hadn't been serviced in years, so they've got to take the stairs. Icy as they may be. It'll take a while for them to reach the top. Until they do, I have to keep these fuckers at bay. If they manage to destroy the Talos Foundation, it's game over. All right, my fingers are itching for the trigger. I charge at one of the security robots. It's holding a stun baton. Guess the living dead material can't produce weapons that need ammo. Makes my job easier.
Stun baton.
Oh, yeah, okay. The enemy approaches me, and tip of its rod crackling with electricity. Unfortunately, being a living dead doesn't mean I'm shockproof. No problem. Just gotta trash their asses without letting them touch me. Let's go! Bam! I unloaded my AA-24 customs. No suggestions necessary. A crackling stun gun grazed against my cheek, but unfortunately I am immune to the pain, more or less. Without any projectile weapons, these chumps don't stand a chance. But here's the thing. I can blow them apart all I want, but the resulting chunks just liquefy and crawl back outside the barrier, with new security robots arriving in their place. This is just gonna keep going. So it becomes a question of how much time I can buy. Counting on you, bro. Right on cue, a shot rings out above my head. Tokitaka's got my back, literally, with his Ogasawara. Yeah.
Ogasawara.
Okay, with his Ogasawara TF-20. I've only got eyes in the front of my head, after all. Honestly, he probably drew the short end of the stick with this one. Gotta preserve ammo. No access to more than what's on me right now. Fortunately, that happens to be my specialty. What I need to focus on is efficiency. I can't let them push me back. The fuse box is right behind me. One tap from those stun batons. One tap of those stun batons and it's toast. Along with the supersonic barrier. And I don't think we can count on another miracle if that happens. So yeah, efficiency. That's where my X-Brain comes in handy. These aren't real security robots, but they fight exactly the same. The living dead material is probably imitating the behavioral pattern of robots it's consumed. Behavioral patterns my X-Brain is intimately familiar with. I give them a taste of my bayonet.
Bayonet.
Slice and dice. decapitate, skewer, and sever. Thankfully, only their skin is reinforced. A clean hit is enough to make him burst with a satisfying pop. Being a living dead has its perks. I can keep this up forever. Maybe I spoke too soon. A figure pushes its way past the security robots.
You guys recognize those weapons, right?
It was only a second. I was reading.
Hello, Vistum, and welcome to the Library of Deep Knowledge. Please take a seat and let the story speak to you.
Give me a fucking break. A specter has risen from the depth of the Tokyo Bay. Milgram. And it's not just him. Pablo's there too. Even Olga, for some reason. 3 past foes, resurrected as living dead material. So it can imitate people too. Maybe I won't get to keep my promise with Sue after all. I can't shake that thought. And for better or worse, my instincts are usually right.
Konsu's breath escapes her lips in puffs of vapor as she rushes up the stairs, Ayuka following behind her. They're still separated from the tower's antenna by many flights of stairs. A physical connection via cable is necessary for their program to function. Do you want me to just play the in-game voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Konsu is out of shape after spending so much time indoors without exercise. Save for her BDSM sessions, she rarely performed any sort of physical activity, period. Currently, she's been awake for several days straight. Her body is past its limits. And yet she's trying to climb the entirety of Tokyo Tower. Yeah, Vistum, this is kind of what happens when you join 13 parts in to a visual novel stream. Konsu here is an incredibly talented hacker and a masochist who sometimes takes jobs for the price, and all she charges is a session in her basement torture chamber. Just go with it. I haven't had to say this in a while, but I'm running this with an R15 patch, which keeps all of the important story stuff in combat and only cuts out the stuff that would get me banned from Twitch. So that's why I've been able to stream this.
Be careful!
Konsu slips on a frozen step and loses her balance. Ayuka hurriedly extends her hands and catches the laptop. Konsu tries to regain her balance, but the icy steps prove too slippery. She goes tumbling down the stairs. Her body bounces off of each step, finally coming to a stop upon reaching the landing.
Give me your hand.
Thank you.
With Ayuka's support, Konsu pulls herself to her feet. Still wobbling, she accepts the laptop from her. Ayuka's decision was correct. This laptop is more important than her right now.
We should take a break.
Question.
Oh, sorry. Should we take a break?
No. We have to hurry.
Konsu resumes climbing the stairs, even as her battered body burns with pain. Below them, Ethica's still fighting the humanoid living dead material. The living dead material has some sort of connection to Subcom. It's probably incapable of perceiving anything not at a similar scale to Iria. If it had spit out a Strider instead of the security robots, they would already be goners. But who knows how long Ethica and Tokitaka can keep holding it off. A few bruises are nothing. They have to keep going.
I have to see Iria. See her again, so we can make up.
The two of you were always together. Iria never forgot about you.
Your voice cut out.
Iria never forgot about you. No. She had limited access to the... But she never gave up on trying to find you. She's released Midnight Shores in secret to ensure she'd have funds for what she had escaped, when she made her escape. But you had it tough too, didn't you? You went as far as to change your name. I never imagined you'd be running your own business. I'm proud.
It's all thanks to you.
Konsu replies, gasping for air. That much has to be said.
The only thing I did was help you, child. Everything after that you accomplished on your own.
You're cutting out again.
The only thing I did was protection center. Everything after that you accomplished on your own.
Good enough.
Still breaking up?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's about all she can get out. Each breath is like a dagger piercing her lungs, but Konsu is overwhelmed by a sense of joy. Her friend never forgot about her. That alone is enough to give her the strength to continue.
I never forgot about you either.
But she was unable to get in touch with Iria after leaving the Ikebukuro Child Protection Center. Despite her best efforts, not even her connections as a hacker were enough to produce any information on Iria's whereabouts. What changed things was Midnight Shores.
I didn't even need to check the name. I knew it was Iria who made it. Who made Midnight Shores. That's what made me look into the fortress.
Ayuka doesn't need to breathe. She continues in place of Konsu.
I had no idea.
Tang Yunshan.
I had no idea Tang Yunshan was involved. with the suicide wannabe. I didn't think there was any other way of smuggling her out. Had I known, I never would have placed Iria in danger like that. I would never have lost her memories. Sorry, she would never have lost her memories.
She was apparently able to recover her memories by revisiting the fortress.
Does she remember me too?
Kansu.
It's as if Ayuka read her thoughts.
I hear you.
Yeah, we got none of that sentence.
I hear you've been avoiding Iria, so she wouldn't regain her memories.
Konsu has no response. Ayuka speaks the truth.
You thought that she would be happier if she didn't remember what had happened to her.
The two of them were essentially guinea pigs during their time in the Ikebukuro Child Protection Center.
Nom nom nom.
Damn it. I'm trying, okay? The chips are gone. So, we'll be good. Day after day, they were injected with unsafe dosages of synesthesia and forced to drive the highway. Many of their friends had their consciousnesses disperse in the process, leaving them catatonic. If Konsu could forget everything about that place, she would. Iria losing her memories was really a blessing in disguise, even if it meant she forgot about Konsu, too.
Does she remember the CPC?
No, I doubt. No, I doubt she wants to remember anything about that. Are you okay with that? And they talk a lot for someone who's running up the stairs.
Huh?
They stop on one of the landings. Happy, Akane?
Yes, because I'm like, at least she could carry. She's a robot. She could carry Konsu. I'm just saying.
Wait. Yeah, Konsu's small enough.
Yeah! She's making this girl run up these stairs.
Konsu still looks up at Ayuka, still gasping for breath.
Do you want Iria to be happy, even if it means lying to her? Or must she know the truth?
How should she respond? How can she respond? Konsu is here to save Iria. That much is certain. Even if she has to expose everything in the process to dig up their past together, she wants to help her. But Iria's feelings don't factor into that equation. Would she not simply be forcing her to confront things she'd rather forget? Is what she's doing really for Iria's sake, and not her own?
I don't know. I don't know what would be best for her.
Why did Ayuka choose to ask her this question now of all times? It feels like she's being tested even now.
Iria is in the highway. Sultan is trying to persuade her to come back. But is that what's best for her?
What's best for her?
Yes, that is the question that must be answered. The highway is free of suffering. On the network, will is power. There, Iria can truly be free. So why should she return to the real world, only to be shackled by negative emotions? If a lie is all you know, it becomes the truth. How is staying in the highway any different from what Konsu wanted for her?
Is this world truly
Broke up halfway through.
Damn it. I don't know why. Okay. Is this world truly more meaningful than the highway?
Konsu realizes now that she isn't being tested. Ayuka truly and honestly doesn't know. As an android, both the physical world and the highway are equally real to her. Can you argue that there is a real world? If human consciousness is born from electrical signals traveling between neurons, how can you say that the world we perceive is somehow more valid than the one Subcon perceives? The only difference is the mechanism by which her consciousness emerged. What basis do we have to say that we are right and she is wrong? Konsu doesn't know. If there is an answer, it is beyond her ken. All she can do is climb. Climb ever higher, knowing not why she does. She cannot stop. Not now. Her feet carry her higher, ever higher. My consciousness drifts in a rainbow sea. I can hear water splashing right next to my ears. My body is enveloped in a soft warmth. This place is pleasant. So very pleasant.
Is that Iria?
That's Ryoko.
Or... Oh, that is Ryoko.
But you didn't
Do
think
you
you'd...
like?
But
No,
you
I
didn't
didn't
think
think
you'd
so.
be Ryoko again.
No, I thought she was dead. She's long gone.
The most mom to have ever mommed. You remember.
Do you like it?
A sultry whisper worms its way through my ear, seeping into my brain. I can see Ryoko on the other side of the light. I want to just fade away, but it feels like I'm forgetting something. That's weird. This would normally be when someone would hit ruin dramatic tension and force everyone to just swap who they're voicing for a scene.
My gosh. Is it because it's all me?
It's because it's all you.
Here you go.
Did she hit it?
Yeah, she hit it.
Okay, who's who?
Well, I'm obviously going to be Ryoko.
I need to be a re.
What? What was that, Wild?
I need to be right back.
Oh, he said BRB.
Explaining once again, this isn't going to go all the way. Just for everyone who's around, please understand. This is not...
Oh, is this one of the scenes?
I mean, with a line like that, what do you think, Akane?
His suit of armor, I don't know. Why would he just randomly wake up to this? I'm just saying. His dazed mind, and after all that stuff, he's doing this. Okay, all right.
Actually, I think
All
even in the original, it didn't really go far with this either. Because someone's just like, no, Iria.
It's also my point. It's not. It's the two. Like the.
And a sign. Anyway, have fun.
I can't believe Wild just fucking booked it.
He could wait for him back. He doesn't.
Smart decision, actually.
I mean, Wild doesn't have to be Mitsumi.
Women!
Okay, hush, Caleb. Just kidding.
Sounds like he's back. Well,
Maybe
Wild, you'll be Mitsumi for this scene.
Me on the right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Am I the one opening
Yes.
up with this sign?
Yes, you are.
Look at how hard you've gotten.
So who's gonna be Soun? That's the question.
Wait, we
Nobody
should have, like, a
volunteered to get jorked all at once.
I love how y'all are silent. Yeah, y'all can do it if you want.
Luckily, like, as far as I can tell, no visual novel we do in the future is going to be doing this again.
Okay.
What? Does it
I'll
make
be
anybody feel
stolen.
uncomfortable? Oh, she's doing it. Okay, go ahead.
I'll just do it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Well, whether it
This is
does,
someone-
whether it does or does not make you guys uncomfortable, it's the fact that it could make someone uncomfortable that bothers me.
I have no problem, but I've been speaking a lot.
Yeah, fair.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
this is so.
A shudder jolts through my spine.
Thank you, Akani.
Huh?
Akani subscribed.
Oh,
This is for 20 months.
20 months.
Good lord.
Congratulations.
Goodness.
What is this? All Mitsumi did was rub her palm across my chest.
Oh, you're...
Oh no, Iria is here now too.
I would have had it done 3 freaking people.
Oh my god, it is all of Akani's characters.
God, I'd be swapping it up just then. Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess Momo has to take Iria.
Is that Iria's line?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
The one scene.
Did you want me to do it almost?
No, I can't. I just forgot Iria's voice.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure you're.
Oh god.
Just be as girly as possible, basically.
I can do this.
That's it, yay!
Yay! I don't know. I can say this with a straight face, though.
That's okay. You don't need to say it with a straight face. Oh no. I look and the viewer count is just going up and I'm like, I have to explain again?
I think you
No,
should.
you don't.
No,
I think you
don't.
should.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Just do it.
R15 patch. This gets close,
It's not 18.
but it does not completely cross the line of being R18, R18 content. Please know that this cuts out. It comes really close, but it cuts out the stuff that would get me banned. Please.
Don't report.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Just stroking your nipples is enough to make you react like this?
What's she doing here? Where am I to begin with?
Okay, no, that's Iria again.
What'll happen if I stroke this?
My hips buck in surprise.
Okay, I'm starting to think I should actually like skip this anyway.
Yes, I think you should.
All right, let's skip it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for ruining that dramatic.
That was their noise, okay?
Hey, yo.
I love it.
Oh, no, it's like the
great.
turtle.
Oh my god, I love the turtle. Have you seen the frogs that do it? Frogs that squeal like.
Thanks, Iria, for giving me an orgasm.
You can let yourself go. They're saying, just let yourself go. It's like,
I mean,
I think we can actually just like continue reading this
Yeah.
for real now. I think it really didn't actually go that far. It's just like we start panicking again.
Well, yeah, it goes close to spicy reading.
The instant, like, it's like, yeah, starts jorking. And I'm like, nope, we gotta go. Too close.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is... Or
Is
is
this
this
me?
me, or...
Okay, are we still dramatic tension, or
It's still the same scene.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Let's visit the real midnight shores together.
Is that what you want, baby?
Yes.
Who does?
That's Soun.
I know I'll be happy here. But is this where you should be? I feel like it's a back and forth.
No,
It's like
that
this
was
look-
still him. So this is Iria.
Well- Okay.
Of course it is.
I could see the doubt in her eyes. She directed those words at herself. Something still feels wrong to me. Like I'm forgetting something.
Then
And
it was. Oh. I thought he
That's
was
Iria.
like
That's
answering.
Iria.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I can't.
Then it wasn't important.
Can you look at me in the eye when you say that? I have to know, Iria. Is it truly unimportant?
You know, I forgot that scene was even in here. Is it truly unimportant? It is. Oh wait, no, that would be... That's narration, but like...
Yeah. Me?
She's so close to getting the words out.
Why?
2 simple words. That's all she needs to be with Soun forever.
So, you don't want to stay here with me? Because it's just a virtual environment inside the high.
No, that's not why. This is where Subcon was born. Wait, hold up. Yeah. This is where Subcon was born. This is the only world she knows. I can't go back to where I was either. This is my reality now.
Then there's no problem. Stay here with me.
I will, Iria, if you really, truly want to stay in this world. You're still alive. You can go back. It doesn't matter if I'm alive or dead. That has nothing to do with me being happy. Is there nothing you need to do back there? Iria? Iria cracks beneath Soun's pointed gaze.
I'm scared.
Scared of what?
Isn't it obvious? Here. Every day is fun. I'm happy here. Why should I have to subject myself to all that sorrow? Do you know how much pain there is in Tokyo? Do you have any idea how many people suffered there?
The data flitting through the diagram of Tokyo is blood red. Anger, hatred, enmity toward one another. The mesh network is a crimson fabric of negative emotions.
I thought the outside world was a place full of fun, but I thought it was full of things that would make me happy. So I tried my hardest. Really, I did. I did everything I could. Tried as hard as I could. So why does everything have to be like this? Why can't I save the people I love? Why do I make everyone suffer? I can't live in a world like this anymore.
Iria. Soun's hands clamp down on Iria's shoulders. She tries desperately not to cry. I'm only here because of you. I'm only able to be here because of you. You gave me hope.
What good is hope?
You know that better than anyone. That's why you left that room. All she has to say is that she has no attachment to the outside world, no unfinished business there. But she can't. Why? Why does it hurt so much? What is she forgetting? There's something she has to remember. The reason she left the fortress. The reason she escaped that room in pursuit of hope. It was... And that's a good place for us to stop for tonight. It's been 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The next time we meet, we'll see how Ethica deals with the living dead material manifestations of Pavlov, Milgram, and Olga.
Hopefully Chris will be back for that.
Would it be accurate to say that today's session was climactic?
I'd say so.
Bam!
I just hit return a title instead of exit game. Whoops.
I just realized I do a great, sad person when it comes to that voice.
Yeah,
like characters like Iria.
when it comes to actually like doing dramatic lines and like really getting into it, Alloy and Iria straight up are your best work, bar none.
Thank you.
And I think everyone else here would agree with me.
Well, they didn't hear Ioi much.
Yeah, but you use the same voice for Iria.
I do. I was like, I do.
At my request, even, because, yeah. All
Essentially,
right.
they're the same person.
Well, thank you all for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
This month is going to be a little weird for getting the gang together. Because if I recall, on the next week, Momo, you're not available, right?
Yeah, I'm not here.
And Wild and Eva aren't available on the 22nd.
So we're gonna try for the 15th for the visual.
Yeah, I'd say so. And also the entire week of, well, from the 27th or the 22nd all the way to the end of June, I'm free, so we could probably work something there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Factor, that's kind of how it is when the library streams don't work if it's just me by myself.
D&D session. That's so accurate, though.
It really is.
It's...
Alright, who should I throw all you guys at? Who is streaming?
I actually gotta go. It's 3 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet, so...
Go and eat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice as always to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, this time I
Yes.
ate before stream, and I guess
Always
technically
fun.
also during stream. But, yeah.
Alright, take care, guys. See you around.
Bye. Have a good day. Bye.
Let's throw you guys at Tenrose, a friend of mine through Fortuna. He's currently doing art, it looks like. Well, until next time, everybody, may your stories grow ever more interesting. Farewell!
Bye bye.
Bye-bye, Pyong Pyong.
Bye bye. Bye.